Hey, I told you, don't go jogging. Ice cream truck, man. Must have been chasing that sucker for about 3 miles. Welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock by Request, where this one comes to us from fellow YouTuber Killer Nerd 75. And he suggested for me to check out and review the movie Dracula vs. Frankenstein from 1971. Wow. I did recently review Dracula vs. Frankenstein from 89. And that one, of course, involved Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, and aliens. This one could be far worse. A very misleading title. The movie starts off with which looks like a sheriff walking around some area checking things out, and Dracula shows up and bites him on the neck. Although I don't know if you can call this guy Dracula or not, because I don't remember Dracula ever having a small afro. Then again, this movie was supposed to have been done between 1969 and 1971, so would expect. Wasn't that funny? Anyway, we then go on to see some woman walking down a flight of stairs. Next thing you know, she gets her head cut off. Who is she? We don't know. It apparently had nothing to do with the story. Wasn't that important. We meet up with our female hero of the movie, who is some sort of a lounge singer in Las Vegas, where she gets a telegram. Yeah, telegrams were still a big thing back then. Where she finds out something missing about her missing sister. So she goes to California, goes to this bar, orders a cup of coffee, starts asking questions about her sister, but turns out her coffee has been drugged. Why? Because the owner thinks she's a cop. Drugs, they make you paranoid, don't they, gang? Anyway, she winds up in this one dude's apartment, and he looks like he's probably about 45, 50 years old, but he's still trying to use hippie slang. Yeah, good deal there, huh? We then also find out that this mad scientist named Dr. Hornswoggle... No, that's not right. Dr. Scratch and Sniff? No, Dr. Horse Tranquilizer? Dr. Hibbert? No. Anyway, he's running this sideshow horror show, and it turns out he's trying to bring Frankenstein back to life. Dracula catches up with him, and Dracula probably has the worst voice you'll ever hear in your life because it echoes. Yeah. And when Dr... What's his name? And apparently when Dracula meets up with Dr. Hornsection and decides to talk to him about trying to bring Frankenstein back to life, I swear to God, if you look close enough, it looks like they're reading off something, maybe cue cards that people are holding up because their eyes keep going side to side. Anyway, let's get to the end of this piece of crap because I don't really want to keep wasting anybody's time. When Dracula and Frankenstein do meet up, it's more like a 4-minute fight. Dracula and Frankenstein hold Miss Las Vegas lounge singer hostage, and Frankenstein has a change of heart and decides to basically try to fight Frankenstein, which honestly the fight turns out to be something like that infamous Brave Sir Robin Black Knight scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And if you've never seen that scene, you should check it out. It's hilarious. Anyway, Frankenstein gets his arms ripped off. Dracula winds up burning in the sun. And the lounge singer walks out of the castle where she's in and starts having flashbacks to pretty much everything that happened in the movie, including the second death in the movie, which had the woman being decapitated, which she didn't know anything about. In fact, there were scenes in this movie that she was not even involved in. Like a midget falling on an axe face first. In fact, another part of this movie that really got to me was Lon Chaney Jr., this was his last movie, falls to his death after being shot, and when he hits the ground, he's holding his puppy. He didn't have his puppy in the... You know what? What's the difference? This whole movie sucked. So, yeah, Lounge Singer walks away. Dracula melts in the sun, and this movie is thankfully over with. To Killer Nerd 75, thanks for sending this one in. Sort of. Until next time, if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe and send me a request for a horror, comedy horror, sci-fi horror, or fantasy horror you'd like to see, and I'll review it as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay strong and rock on.